So you were going to talk about email earlier.
Yeah. So that's the next monetization strategy, right? Like YouTube's going to pay you some money, not very much for the ads and stuff. The next level of money is the affiliate commissions, right? So where you can always refer people down to a link, but still, conversion rates on sales just don't tend to be, massive. And so that's where the third tier comes in, and that's capturing all these people's email addresses through
Building your list, the biggest asset in your business,
and
building your list.
Building your list, because there's so many reasons. The primary two being that's the only business you'll ever truly own, right? Like I've had YouTube channels get shut down. I've had Facebook accounts get shut down, right? Like you do not own any of those. They're all owned by someone else. And so you're only
we were talking about that just earlier, right? We were just saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beauty. That's why surveys. We're going to build you a survey.
Build your list. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the big reason. The second reason is email. Email is a way that I talked about how like I've got 4 or 5 products, right? They're all geared at the same audience. So anyone that signs up for ClickFunnels, in my opinion, they also need an email autoresponder. And so for me, that's ActiveCampaign. Business owners might use MailChimp, or you might have heard of like ConvertKit, whatever you use. Yep. But anyway, so if you can get someone's email address, now you can start interselling, right? You've got an email address. You can have these email automations that start dripping out day after day after day, right? And they start interselling like, hey, you watched the ClickFunnels video, you signed up for some lead magnet, around ClickFunnels. So now in a few days, I'm going to email you and say like, hey, you're using ClickFunnels. You probably are going to want to start sending out emails and building out your email list. So I can send them to a video, or I can say like, get started with ActiveCampaign, right? Now I've interlinked that. And then a little while later, like Steve Larson launches his summit this week, right? And it's like your final offer in ClickFunnels. What's like how to crush it with ClickFunnels, right? And he's charging a couple $100. And I say, oh, hey, cool. I've got this list of people that are interested in ClickFunnels. And I know they're interested in ClickFunnels because they watched a ClickFunnels video and signed up for a free course. And so now I can just send them all an email to Steve's offer. And Steve, you can pay me for that, right? And so you start to build these lists of people that are all like geared around specific things. And every time a new offer comes up, you don't have to go make a video and try to like start at zero again. You've already got 5,000 people interested in building a business online. You just got to send the email to them, and a couple $1,000 in profit with zero expense and an hour of time spent.
Genius. So the top of the funnel is you create a YouTube channel, then you put a video out, then you get somebody to sign up for something free that you're going to give them of value, and they're going to give you their email address. And in return, you're giving them a free course around ClickFunnels or something around that subject. And then you're then going to start to send to them the logical next step, right? Is they're going to need an autoresponder to respond to all the funnels they're building on ClickFunnels. Is that they've already signed up for ClickFunnels at that point?
Yeah, so we're assuming that we obviously can't say with everybody, but we know they're interested in ClickFunnels. We know they signed up for like a lead magnet that was like templates or share funnels, or like something that there's a good chance they're with ClickFunnels or they're interested in ClickFunnels or something like that. At the very least, they're an online business. They're doing something with a business online. And so, yeah, that's when you can start dripping out those other related products to them. And then, and that's all done in automation. So when someone comes in, like it just starts happening, right? And then whenever like Steve Larson or somebody reaches out and they're like, hey, I've got this cool product launch coming up. Do you want to promote it? I'll just pause the automation, wait a day. And then I'll go shoot out an email to all those people about Steve's thing, wait a day, start the automation again. You're right. And so I can make some instant commissions if I need, but there's kind of that background process just always happening.
So you have how many emails set up in automation?
So I've got a lot. I've got about 6 months to a year's worth of emails that go out, and they're not all selling things, right? So I'll sell some things, and then I'll try to like rebuild rapport with them. So I'll maybe send them to some YouTube videos that are like my best training videos, or like I'll do motivational emails that I'll just like tell them a really hard story and try to get them like motivated again. Or I'll do like relatability emails, like, hey, I play pickleball, and like just here's a little insight into me, right? And those all help. So when the time comes and I'm like, hey, I'm selling you something, right? I'm not just this like random like name on a computer. It's like, oh yeah, Spencer, he's been emailing. I feel like I know him. I've seen his videos, right? I've seen his like name. I've seen his picture. I know who Spencer is.
So you're not necessarily reaching out to the people when they're signing up and talking to them, but you're building up a relationship by them signing up for one of your programs, and then you keep on driving them back to your content so they start to get to know you. right?
Yeah, it's funny, and people will say this, and I feel the same way with like Russell Brunson, right? Like I just recently interviewed him in my group, and it was like, I feel like I know you really well. I know tons of stories about you. I've seen you a million times, right? You don't feel like you know me, I'm sure. And I've had people tell me that same thing. Like, I feel like I already know you so well, like I've read tons of your life stories and I've watched tons of your videos and where you tell things and stuff. And so like it's a relationship on their side, and relationship is still how things sell, right? And so you buy when you feel like you trust somebody and they have your best interest in heart. And so you can do that all through just automated email sequences.
Yeah, smart. So you're just creating content. How many times are you sending an email to somebody at like it's the lead born date, and then that's when the automation starts?
Mm-hmm.
So then how many emails would I get in a week?
So first week you'll get 3, like I'll hit you 1, 2, 3 in a row. And then it'll start dripping out, and I have it sets 1 to 2 a week. Basically you're like, it's a balance, and everyone has their own ways. Like some people are just like hammer them, like get as much money out of you as you can out of them before they unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I just try to think a little more long-term than that. And so the balance is like, you've got to stay top of their mind, right? You don't want to ever have an email come into their inbox and they're like, who is that? Because it's going to get swiped or it's going to get unsubscribed, or worst case scenario, they're going to mark it as spam because they don't recognize it. And I get a lot of that. Like I'll put in my email, and someone, and like 2 years later, they'll just send out a random email and it's like, hey, we're having a sale, and I'm like, I have no memory of putting my email address in there.
Totally.
I'm going to mark you as spam.
Yeah.
So you wanted that balance of like, I'm top of mind. They know and they expect me to email them, but it's not like, oh, that guy just keeps, he will not stop bugging me. And it's a balance, but
yeah,
hopefully I hit it somewhat.
And it's a combination of affiliate offers, content that you're delivering, where you're helping them from self-education and things you're doing.
Yeah.
And then just motivational.
And you can even make the affiliate offers part of the educational, right? Like, hey, I got this cool new training on, how to build an email automation, or how to like automate your email strategy so you can make money on autopilot, right? And there's some affiliate commissions potential there, right? And so you can really interlink those.